What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 21st to the 27th, 2023. So, in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more for you regarding August 21st to the 27th, 2023. But before we begin this reading, Aries, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Aries, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Aries. So without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what wants to come through for August 21st to the 27th, 2023, Aries. Okay. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. See what we got going on here for you, Aries. Wow. Okay. Very interesting energy, Aries. Before we get into the tarot, though, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. And this is going to be some energy that you need to embody for your own highest good from August 21st to the 27th. And interestingly enough, when I touched these oracle cards, Spirit was telling me, like, Austin, you got to tell Aries that this is an energy that they desperately need to embody. You know, usually I just think like the oracle cards are a guiding mechanism, like implement it if you feel like it, but I'm telling you, Spirit is saying, yo, Aries needs to implement this for their highest good, like desperate for it. Okay, so just really take that in consideration. The first energy you need more of for the 21st to the 27th is play. Okay, play, Aries, having a good time. And this is really a message of doing something for its own sake with no practical kind of outcome in mind, doing something simply because it is fun, and that's really going to open you up here, Aries. Now, ironically, because it seems there's a big opening, there's a big change with your career or something you do for work and money. For the 21st to the 27th, I see you making a lot of progress in that area, and the message coming through is not only is it hard to compete with someone who is playing or having fun, it's nearly impossible to compete with someone who's having fun. So as the somewhat competitive Aries that you are, if you want to be the best competitor that you can be, simply remind yourself to have as much fun as possible. Okay, if you're showing up to some sort of competition because you want to be there, because it's fun, because you can have a good time doing it, the outcome really doesn't matter. The outcome will come on its own as long as you're locked into the present moment, right? So make sure that you're not, whatever you have going on with work, and even with whatever you have going on with love, there's a very strong message of make sure that you're not emotionally attached to the contest. And in some sort of way of viewing it, life is a big contest, and whoever's having the most fun wins, right? We've all heard that little kid, you know, maybe they lost in some sort of match or something, but they're like, yeah, well, I actually had the most fun, so I won anyway, haha. Like, if you take that mentality to whatever's going on this week, you're really going to help yourself in career, but also in your love, because there is a change going on in your love life. That's what I see for the 21st to the 27th, a big change here, a big choice, but as long as you have fun with it, and the attitude Spirit's telling me to tell you is like, I get to experience love, I get to experience work instead of I have to have fun with it, okay? Now you also have integration. What frequency do you need more of to embody for your highest good is integration. And integration is really bringing two different things together and fusing them into one so that they're compatible, right? There's something about multiple personality disorder. All of us have different aspects to our own persona, and finding a way to unite them so that they're all on board with the same thing. And intuitively, this integration card, Aries, is something to do with the frequency of play. Especially with your work. I'm really telling you here, Aries, there's something where if you can integrate play with work, you're going to go very far. Because even if you're doing something that you love, right, for me with tarot, sometimes I slip into the frequency of like, well, it's my job, and it brings up all these nasty frequencies that I basically already had dealt with. And if I can bring play into the tarot and integrate it with my work, I don't work, I love what I do. But even if I love what I do, there's still that humdrum of like, well, it's your job. You better do it. You better be a slave to it, right? And it's like, no, I would be doing this anyway. So something about integrating something fun. And also, like, the integration thing, whatever's going on in your life that's a challenge to figure it out, it's all about your attitude, your approach to it. You know what I mean? If you can have fun with it this week, if you can have fun figuring out the puzzle of your life, because when you look back on your life, Aries, it will always look like some sort of beautiful mosaic. Things that you don't understand why you're going through it now, as long as you can have fun with it, when you look back, you'll be like, oh my God, this is such a beautiful dance of energy. So, in some sort of a way, there's integration. This could be in a creative sense in your career. I do sense that you're looking to bring together the unique aspects of your character and fuse them into one. Right, that's what I did with the autistic mystic. Two seemingly separate sides of myself I've brought together. I knew they weren't separate, but some people would categorize it as that. So, yeah. And you also have nurture. What frequency do you need more of here? Nurture. So you need to nurture yourself. And this is going back to the original message of doing something. Sometimes you just need someone to rub your shoulders, or sometimes you just need your mama to rub your shoulders after a tough day at work, Aries. And there's something about asking for it. There's something about asking your partner or whoever that you are around from the 21st to the 27th to nurture you in your own way. How do you enjoy being nurtured? What makes you feel good, right? For me, if you look at my Venus placement, it's in Aries. So that's why I love Aries. When I do these readings, I get like a little tickle because I'm like, ooh, I get to talk to a bunch of Aries today. Because my Venus is in Aries. That means I love everything with Aries. So it's like, if you want to nurture me, just slap me in the face. You know what I mean? Aries. No, it's a joke. But but there isn't a deeper message here of integrating perhaps play and nurture together. Okay, so when you sit down to do your work, it's all about the energy that you bring to it. Right, when I sit down to do this reading, I'm like, this energy is going to nurture me. It's going to bring more energy into my life and feed on it. Instead, I could view it as, oh my God, I have to do this work. It's like, no. Okay, so nurture. I do get that whatever's going on in your relationship, I don't want to say save it, but there is something going on in love here. And the way to move forward in the best possible way would be to ask your partner to nurture you. And in turn, how do you nurture them? Now, if you wanted to have a little law of attraction hack, let's just say this. I wouldn't suggest this, but if you do not have the balls, if you do not have the cojones to ask your partner, hey, this is how I need to be nurtured, then based on the law of attraction, all you need to do is nurture them. Because what you put out is what you get back. If you nurture your partner in the way that they need, it will come back to you in some sort of way. Or you could just be upfront about it, but yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. When it comes to your opportunity for the 21st to the 27th, Aries, it is the chariot here. And your opportunity is to make a lot of progress. The chariot has to do with freedom of movement. You're also in a vehicle to get you where you want to go in life here, Aries. So there could be an opportunity for you to physically travel. I am getting that. Your challenge is for a lot of you, there's some sort of quick decision about travel, last minute vacation, last minute travel. That is your opportunity. So if you're feeling that you want to travel, I would say go ahead and do it. It's your opportunity here. But also this is coming through as progress. We're going to have to see what it's about. I do feel like it has to do with this frequency of play. So just be aware of that. We're going to see why the chariot. Now, similar energy, your challenge is the Knight of Swords. And whatever's going on in your life, I do feel like there's a lot of moving parts that are very fast. The The Knight of Swords is generally a very speedy energy. It's an energy that doesn't really think about long-term consequences of their actions here. And so for some of you, I do feel like you're going to want to go fast, but your challenge is things are not moving. For most of you Aries out there, it will feel like life is moving at a very fast pace, and there's almost these immediate decisions that you're going to have to make from the 21st to the 27th, especially when it comes to things like travel, relationships, and then working on your work, changing your approach when it comes to your work. The reason why I say this, Aries, is this. There could be some sort of important mentor that is showing up in your life, or you're being encouraged to find that in some sort of apprenticeship phase in your life. I don't know why I'm getting this, but here's the thing. We're going to see why that Knight of Swords is your challenge. Some of you, in a love thing, you could feel like things are moving very quickly in a love thing, but not in the way that you want. I don't know why I get that, but let's just... Your overall general energy is all earth. So you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and also the Six of Pentacles here. So this is being really grounded with whatever you have to do with work. I see you cooperating with other people, doing the dirty work, and sharing your gifts with grace. So there is a lot of progress being made in your career here. Like the overall general energy from the 21st to the 27th will be of some sort of practical implementation that you feel good about. I feel that you do feel good about it here. And it's important to, once again, bring the element of playfulness and nurture. Does your work nurture you or not? And this is really the question to ask yourself at a deeper level this week, Aries. Some of you, if you are doing something that the only reason you're doing it is for the trophy or the end goal, you're not doing the right thing. The thing that will get you the furthest in life is some sort of delayed gratification where you're putting in the work because you enjoy it, it feeds you naturally, it's part of who you are, and then the results come on their own accord. Some of you, there is a danger here where you need to switch your career if you're doing something simply for the means to an end rather than enjoying it in the moment, like doing something only for the money, doing something only for the prestige, the false pass. I don't think a lot of you are on that, but if you are on that, then you need to end it and move something towards something that you love. Now, here's the thing. Very difficult choice in love here, Aries. For some of you, there will be an ex coming back out of nowhere, or there'll be something disturbing your love life in some sort of way. I do feel that. Now, in what you don't see coming for the 21st to the 27th, you have the Ten of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups, and you also have the Two of Wands here. So, in what you don't see coming, there's a choice in love. Perhaps for some of you, you are going to fall so much in love with your career that love may have to take a back burner from the 21st to the 27th. This could cause problems in your relationship. You having so much fun in your career, learning something in the beginning phases of something, that it can create issues with you and someone that you're dating. I feel like for most of you Aries, you're either dating someone here or you have options, people who are trying to pursue you, but it does seem like you're making so much progress in other areas that this may have to take a back seat. There is a choice in love here. There could be something triggering that happens. The Ten of Swords usually has to do with an ending. Could be the end of the way that you relate to this individual. The Queen of Cups is here. So we're going to have to clarify what that's about, but clearly in what you don't see coming, there's a quick change to your love life, and for some of you this may be related to the traveling that you're doing. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, when it comes to your advice from Spirit, you have the Judgment card, you have the Moon, and you also have the Three of Cups here when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides here, Aries. So definitely pay attention to any subconscious hits that you're getting. The Judgment card is all about a major shift in consciousness, like a download that you get from Spirit. Also has to do with judgment itself, questioning those who judge you is what I feel as well, because the Three of Cups has to do with friends or some sort of friend group celebrations. The Moon has to do with the unknown. And I do feel here, Aries, that if there's anyone around you who is judging you for the true path that you want to be on, for the skill that you're learning, then they're not meant to be in your life, perhaps, or at least not so closely. So if anyone's judging you for working really hard, this could be a friend group that I'm getting as well. Something to do with that, you're going to have to look at it. So this is a very interesting advice. There could be something hidden from you when it comes to a third-party situation that may lead to this love difficulty coming on, i.e. there could be an ex in Venus retrograde, an ex coming back. But basically what I can tell you is you have a very big choice to make in love, because I feel that many of you have been getting some sort of potential red flag, and for a lot of you, you will be receiving a red flag from someone that you're dealing with in love that will push you into a choice. And the frequency, I don't want to be too dark, but the frequency is like, well, we can either address this red flag now, when the seas are kind of calm, or we can wait, we can deny, suppress, deflect it, and wait till the future to address this red flag between you and the lover that you're dealing with. But I feel like most of you, you're being advised to deal with it now, even if it may be challenging. So what that is, we're going to have to see when we start clarifying. So let's just go ahead and get into this reading, Aries. So the first energy that I want to clarify for you is why the chariot is your opportunity, right? What does this have to do with? Why is the chariot here as your opportunity? All right. The chariot is clarified by the lovers, the 8 of cups, and also the star here when it comes to your opportunity, Aries. So in some sort of way, there is an opportunity for you to have a complete renewal when it comes to your love life here. And it has to do with leaving something behind, some sort of unnecessary emotional state, something that doesn't satisfy you. You're going to be leaving it behind when it comes to love here and entering into a new phase here. So I don't know what's going on with you, Aries, but it seems to me that there is something to do with travel that will bring questions when it comes to your love life. And this travel, for some of you, if you're in a marriage or if you're in a long-term commitment, there's something here about someone going on a solo travel and the other person staying that may bring problems into it. But in a main sense, because your overall general energy has all to do with this earthy career stuff, I do feel like I said before, the approach and the attitude that you take when it comes to your career, i.e. it's impossible to compete with someone who's having fun. There's a renewal to your career here that may be very internal to you or may not produce results in the outside world, but it's something that you will receive the fruits of the labor down the road. So renewal when it comes to this, but it's related to your love life. There really is something here as well about the time you spend on your career versus your love life is there's an opportunity to look at that here, Aries. So just be aware of that. So I do feel for those of you, and I don't want to like say this to be like weird, but if for those of you that do go through a breakup, or those of you that have a substantial change to your love life from the 21st to the 27th, if that's the case, then you're going to fall in love with your career, or you're going to fall in love with something that you're learning, or some sort of new playful nurture quality here. Hold on, that's interesting. Yeah, 7 of Swords. There may be an issue of love that is halting your progress in career. I do get that. And so maybe there just needs to be a redefinition here, because the 8 of Cups here is not usually about a complete ending, but it's about leaving some sort of emotional state behind and moving on to something new. So there may just have to be a deep conversation that you have here that leads to a choice in love that's more like conscious. Let's see why the Knight of Swords is your challenge. It could feel like this is happening. I'm telling you, something with, yeah. For a lot of you, there's something about friend groups and love. I'm telling you. Before I clarify the Knight of Swords, there's something about either the location that you're in with your lover or the friend group that your lover is involved in or you're involved in or you're both involved in together. The place or the people is messing up your love life. The whole reason this whole travel thing is coming up as an opportunity is what I get from this is if you and the person that you're involved in a romantic relationship were to live in a different city or to have a completely different group of friends, this would all be going smoother. But it's not. It's not the case. There's something here about friends ruining your love life. You may have the download here. Could have to do with a third-party situation, not in the traditional sense, but just in some sort of weird way. Third-party disturbing love. I feel like it's friends. And if you don't make any changes when it comes to your physical location or your physical friendship inhabitants with you and your partner, then it may lead to an ending. So this is your warning. Make changes to the place you're living or to the friend group because some of you are telling yourself, oh, it's all about work. No, it's all about what I just mentioned. I just got it. Okay. You'll know. Why is the Knight of Swords here in your challenge? The Knight of Swords in your challenge is clarified by the 10 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and also the 6 of Wands here when it comes to your overall general energy. So your challenge is to let go of some sort of burden that will lead to victory, and it involves you saying no. I do feel, Aries, that your challenge is to quickly move your location if you are aware that it's really messing with you. Okay, could be the place you're living is depressing you. Once again, third parties with friend groups interrupting your love or career life. And I feel like your challenge is to quickly implement a change that will lead to a victory, but for some reason, it's hard for you to pull the trigger. Okay, it's hard for you to pull the trigger. And there may be some sort of hidden positive intention. Like, the only reason that a human being does anything is because the human being thinks it will help them. So if you're staying in a crappy friend group, or if you're staying in a crappy location that you know is harming both your career and your love life, but you stay there, it's because you have a hidden positive intention. Maybe you feel that subconsciously you don't deserve a better life, so you want to keep it. Like, there's something about there's nothing that you do because you want to intentionally harm you. There's always a hidden. So I would just say your challenge is to make a quick change of releasing a burden. For some of you, you're going to have to be really honest with yourself, and it does have to do with the lover or the person you're dating or you're married to. It does have to do with your career is very much suffering because of a burden of a lover. For most of you, I don't feel like that's the case. For most of you, it has to do with a physical location or a third-party friend group that is harming both your love and career life. But mainly, there's a quick implementation, a quick change that you can make from the 21st to the 27th that you will thank your for later. But it may involve hurting other people's emotions or hurting other people's feelings, but it has to do with them and not you. So I get good things about what you got going on with your career. Let's just go to what you don't see coming. I do want to clarify why this 10 of Swords is here. Like, what is this complete ending? And then in your challenge, you have the 10 of Wands. It's also an ending. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles here. There's definitely a cycle that's closing out because of how it's impacting your long-term stability. Hold on, why is the 10 of Swords here for you and what you don't see coming? Yeah, King of Cups in reverse, 7 of Pentacles here. Okay, the 10 of Swords and what you don't see coming, something that you've been holding on to here is completely outdated, and it's really, you're holding on to it. Basically, you're telling yourself, I'm a good person for holding on to these third-party friendships. I'm a good person for living in the town that my mother lives in, and if I move across country, I'm a bad person. Aries, if you do not make this quick change when it comes to the physical location that you're in or some sort of third-party friend group that is harming both your career and your love, then you're going to pay the price for it in the terms of a really crappy ending. You can either go out consciously or unconsciously. The universe is giving you an opportunity to go. There's something that you're holding on to, a location, some sort of friend group. I don't want to hurt these people's feelings by saying, hey, I need some space. Could even have to do with a lover here for some of you. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But if you don't hurt someone's feelings here, it's not like you're intentionally trying to hurt. You just need to do what's best for you. So if you don't hurt someone's feelings here by moving on very quickly from a place or a third-party friend group or a lover for some of you, doesn't have to do with your career. Whatever career path you're on, it's good. Stay on it. But what I'm telling you is if you don't hurt someone's feelings, then you're going to hurt your own feelings. Okay? And you've been hurting your own feelings. So what happened to Aries? The North Node is in Aries. Put yourself first. Is it really that hard? I don't know. Let's see why the two of Wands is here, Aries, and what you don't see coming. What is this choice about? This choice point. I do feel like you have someone who really cares about you here as well, in love. I don't get any sort of... Yeah, the 2 of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is your challenge. So, I just want to clarify this Queen of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign in love. They could have water either in their chart or a stellium in water. They don't have to, but let's see why the Queen of Cups is here in your centerpiece and what you don't see coming. Because I do feel like whatever this love situation is, You could be making it, oh, it's blocking me with my career. But you and the person you're in the love situation with is fine. It's just that the location you're in is not fine, or the third party friends are not fine. And you're telling yourself it's about them. It's not. So, man. Why is the Queen of Cups here in what you don't see coming? Queen of Cups is clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse and also the Moon card in reverse here in what you don't see coming. The Hanged Man reverse to me is being in a suspended state, in action, but for the wrong reasons. It's like upright, this is about, oh my god, I'm taking no action, but it's so good for me. I need to let this penetrate me. Reverse, it's like I'm not taking any action, but I should be. Right? It's like being passive when you shouldn't be. It's like the negative side of being passive. And the Moon in reverse here is you're telling yourself there's something that's unknown. It's not really unknown. You know it. There's a change you need to make that will either save the love relationship that you're in. But if you don't take any action, i.e. you don't move your physical location, i.e. you don't address the third party situation, it could just be friends, coworkers, of the whoever it is, third party situation, friend group that's affecting your love life, or a physical location. If you take no action with it, then you have no one to blame but yourself. Here, I'm telling you that like you can save a relationship by taking a quick action. Your challenge is to take that quick action, but you also have it here, the Two of Wands, making a choice quickly in what you don't see coming. And I feel like most of you will make this choice. Okay, and once again, if it's not to do with you physically moving, even though that's your opportunity, then it is to quickly close out some sort of third-party thing that's really interfering here. So let's go ahead and see why the Judgment card is here in your advice. Why is a Judgment card here in your advice, Aries? I feel like we got it, but let's see. There's always more information to glean. Yeah, Four of Wands in reverse. Friend group. Like I keep saying, there's a weird third party. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's interfering with your long-term goals as well. The Judgment card is clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands here. There's some sort of unfinished business. So here's the thing. I'll break it down very quickly for you, Aries. If you do not change your location or deal with a third-party situation, it's gonna really interfere with your love life. Okay? If you can make those changes, your love life is meant to still be there, but I'm telling you, there's some weird. You need to either change the location, like the physical location you're in, you're not meant to be in there. If it's not that, then it's a friend group. You know, the Four of Wands is soul family. It's reversed. You need to make a judgment. These people are ruining the relationship, or they're ruining your long-term stability in your career as well. And if you don't change the thing with love, and if you do not address this third-party situation or the travel situation, then your love life is going to suffer and your career. So there's this double whammy here. I'm telling you, Aries, you know who these people are. You know what this location is. You do not need to be involved anymore because it's ruining your subconscious mind here as well. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading here, Aries.